Welcome to Mima's Place, everyone. Thank you for stopping by today. Now, this is our next project. I hope you like it. I kind of turned it to the side because it sets up like this, but then you can't see it as well, so I turned it to the side so the camera could see it, could picture it better. This is just to give you an idea of what this is. Comes from the Dollar Tree. They sell them like this, and they're just jelly beans. So I was trying to figure out what to do. I was going to put these in a card, and then I thought, you know what? It'd be kind of cute to have them in a little tissue box. And that's what this is. This is actually a tissue box. So if you take it out, it's just a tissue box, a mini one, and we're going to make that together today. And then I decorated it with these little eggs here. I did these all on my scan and cut, and I will list the size that I used below, so in case you want to use them on yours, you get like an SVG of little eggs and then shape them down to this size. I'll put that in the description below. So that's what these are. And again, for these flowers, I simply used the Dollar Tree little miniature flowers that they have, and there are pink ones and white ones. And on these particular ones, I didn't color them. But, well, I did color the middle one, and that's yellow, and this one I did on pink. And then this grass comes from a scan and cut, and I just colored it with some alcohol ink markers right there. And it's just this strip right here, and I just cut it down. And basically I put it in here. The only thing that you really need, that I would say might be challenging, is just the box, but I wouldn't say that was really challenging because they're so easy to make. So we're going to make a tissue box together and decorate it. Now this paper itself comes from another package that I'll show you in just a bit. And then this Easter Blessings, I printed off my Cricut because I do have a Cricut as well. And so it's vinyl, and I just put the vinyl, permanent vinyl on here. So we're going to go ahead and start this project together, okay? The first thing that we're going to begin with is the paper pack that I used. It is this spring paper pack by Alisha Whitcomb. I don't know if it's available, but if it is, I'll list it below, or something similar to it. These are all double-sided papers. This is the particular one, which is this one right here, the one that we're going to use today. Again, it's double-sided. And then also, these little eggs I cut up from the scan and cut machine. They offer certain patterns in there, and they offer this egg pattern. I will list the size of which I used. And then I just took my white marker and I made these designs on them. And then again, this is from my scan and cut for the grass, one of the patterns that they offer on there. You'll need one of these. This comes from the Dollar Tree, or something similar to this. And then obviously our little small tissue box, which we'll be making together online. And then these flowers as well. In this case, I just used 2 white ones, and then I used a pink one from here. And all I did was color the middle of them with my alcohol markers. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to begin with the base of the box, which is a white sheet of paper or any color that you want of cardstock. And it's 8 by 7.5. Then we're going to bring in our scoreboard, and we're going to score it on the 8-inch side, which I've already done on this one, but I'm going to score it at first 1/2 inch, 1 3/4, 6 1/4, and then at 7.5. Then you're going to rotate it to the 7.5 side, and then you're beginning at 2 1/4. Score it there. Next at 3.5, then at 5 3/4, and then at 7. And that's all the scoring that you're going to do on this. And now we're going to cut it. And we're going to turn it over to the 7.5 inside. And then we're going to cut up on these lines to the second score line. So we're going to cut right here, right here, right here, and right here, as you can see on there. So let me begin this. Okay, so I went ahead and I cut these, but on this one where you see It's the smaller one, smaller side right here. We're gonna cut this off. And we're gonna slightly cut in right here. Then you're gonna turn it over to the other side, and you're gonna do the same thing again. Cut all the way across, up to that second score line. And then once you get over here, you're gonna cut this off as well. So let's go ahead. We've cut that off and then we trimmed it right here. And then what you want to do is turn it, well actually I turned it all the way around. And on the other side, what you're going to do is you're going to take this one right here. You see where this score line is at right here? Let me bring this into the camera. You're going to cut that one off. You're going to leave this one alone. You're just going to fold it in so it's out of your way. Cut this one off. And then you're going to cut this entire piece off, up to the second score line right here. So once we've cut off that big tab right here, we're going to go do exactly the same thing to the other side. So I've just turned it over. And this first one, you're going to cut right up here to this score line right here. So let's go ahead and cut that off. You're not going to do anything to this, just go ahead and bend it back so it's out of your way. And on this next one, you're going to do the same thing again. And you're going to cut up to that second score, to the score line right here. And then this one, you're going to cut completely off to right up here to this score line. Just like you did with the other side. So it should look like this. I'm not sure what happened at this part of the video, and the reason being is that it didn't record my voice. So I don't know what I did. That's some of the things that happened with me. I'm still in the learning process here, and I'm using a program called CapCut, and it's a good program. It's highly recommended, and it's beginner friendly, but I'm coming from a background of no technology, so I am a work in progress when it comes to editing and filming all these videos. But just to coming back to the tissue box, this pattern paper that I'm using for the base, those first two pieces were 4 1/4 by 2 inches. And then the side piece, which you're seeing me glue on there at the moment, those are 4 1/4 by 1 inch. And again, you can use the snail adhesive, which I'm using there, or you can use the glue on those pieces. I would recommend glue, actually. Now, the other two pieces, which are measuring 2 inches by 1, those are for the top and the bottom pieces. I've tried to speed up this video just a little bit right here to make it go a little faster, but I hope I didn't mess up the video, because sometimes you see that staticky stuff come on, and I don't know what I do that causes that to happen, but sometimes it just happens. Anyway, coming back to the video. Okay, so we put this adhesive on, and in retrospect, I stated that you should use the adhesive because when you do the cut, that way it makes it easier. However, this is a box, and normally I use glue. So what I would do is I would use glue under these sides and on these ends right here, and on one of these, whichever one is not going to have the cut, that's where I'd use the glue, because it would be a lot better. Okay, so I'm going to go to my scan and cut, And then we're going to cut that little slit out, or you can use a die or whichever, or oval or a rectangular, a rectangular one like this. Either way it'll do. So I'll be right back with that. Okay, I'm back with the cut, and as you can see, I cut it right here on my scanning cut, and I'll put this measurement of what I used on my scanning cut in case you want to use it on your cutting machine as well down below. Also, the PDF for this tissue box will also be below. And then I cut this one too, and what I did is an offset of 0.4, so I could put it right around that. And this I'm going to actually put some glue on. And we're going to go to, so we still need to fold this up here. So I'm just going to encircle it right here. I got a smudge of glue right there, a smidge of it. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to do is going to go ahead. Now we're going to fold it, which in the craft world they refer to as burnishing, but it's actually just sealing the folds. I do apologize if the camera is moving. I'm trying to do this a little more gentle so the table doesn't move. My throat keeps getting a little hoarse because, I don't know if it happens with you, but when you drink milk, it kind of forms that like froggy thing in my throat. When I used to sing on an ensemble at church, I would never drink milk because it would affect my voice. It still does, but I don't sing as much anymore. So let's see how we're going to do this. We're going to have it up like this. We're going to put it like this. We're going to seal that right in here. And this is going to close up like this. And there you go. So let's go ahead and seal it. Now I usually would be using my other glue gun that I use. Not the hot glue, but the one that my grandkids gave me for my birthday. But that just happens to be handy, and I don't want to go over there and get it, so I'm doing it this way. And actually, you don't really need to put glue on this. Now, you can if you want, but I don't. So I just seal it like this. Now, if you want to put some treats in there, you can do that too. It's up to you. It'll work either way. So there is your box. Now, what I've done with this one is if you put it right in here like this, it stands just perfectly. But we're going to decorate the box too. So let's go ahead and do that. Now what I did is I cut this out from my scanning cut. It's a pattern on my scanning cut. But if any die you have that you can use grass, go ahead and do that. Or if you're very artistic and you want to draw it on a paper and then cut it, you can do that too. So I'm going to go ahead and use some of my pins and then decorate this, and I'll be right back in just a moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it on here like this, and let me measure it. Excuse me. There goes my throat again. I should have never drank that milk. I just wanted to drink some milk, and so I did. But sometimes you take the consequences of doing things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and use some glue here. And I'm just going to use this one on my table because it's the easiest to use right now because it's right here on the table. We're going to just gluing it to the side here. And we're going to use another piece as well. So we're going to use this one too. And I'm going to put it right in the middle. So this one's not as long, but it's intentionally not as long. Like I said, you can use any one that you want. This just accents the grass a little bit. Makes it look like it's a little thicker. So you see, let me bend it down. And then I have these eggs that I printed out on my scan and cut. And they're very simple.
Most of the cutting machines have some patterns on them, or like if you're using, what is it, the Cricut, they have those patterns too. You just have to resize them, which is what I did on this. I just resized it. And let's see what else I have over here. What are the colors? I have this one. And I'm going to put this one over here. Just about right there. And how about we do a blue over here in this one. And I'll just put it right in between these right here. Right in between the grass. And then I have this one right here. As I think I've shared before that I drew these, like the dots and the lines and these little flowers on here. I'm going to put this in the front too, just like I did with the other one. And then I just use flowers. So these are from the Dollar Tree. You know, you can make them yourself. I have a pattern, a die cut that I can make them, but it takes a lot of time to make a bunch of them. So I didn't want to spend the time to make them right now. That would take a little bit. Well, I'll have to do a tutorial on those. They're really cute. They're really, really cute. I think I bought the die way back some time ago, but I bought it from, who did I buy it from? I'll have to get back with you on that as to who I bought it from. I can picture her in my mind, but I can't seem to think of her name right now, and I don't want to do her any injustice by not mispronouncing her name. So I'm going to use these purple ones here. Excuse me, pink. Now, as you know, I actually colored these yellow. And these I'm just going to leave like that. All right, and now I'm going to go to the canvas, and I'm going to print out Easter blessings to go right here. Okay, so the next part I'm doing is just, I did this, I think I said Canva, but it's actually, I did it in my Cricut. And I just printed out this wording on some vinyl, and then I took out those little pieces and put it on this transfer tape. And now I'm just trying to seal it to put it on here. So let me make sure. I think that'll do. Oh gosh, it did peeled off some of the paper right here. Oh, that's unusual. Now, it didn't give me my dot, so I'm going to make a dot right here, on here. You see what it did? I'm going to take it up close to the camera to see how I peeled off the paper right there. Wasn't supposed to do that. Okay, so this is the other egg I have. I bought 2 of them. And what I did, if you'll notice on this one, I covered it up, this sign right here. So you can do that, or you can put a flower there too. I was just thinking, what if I just put a bunch of flowers there? Hold on just a sec. Let me go get some flowers. Sticker pack that the pattern paper comes in. And I could put a sticker up there too, like this bunny. This little chick would go really cute. There's a couple of eggs here. Or I could use maybe some of the flowers that I used, the sunflowers that I made with one of the previous projects. I wonder if that would look cute. Here's one right here. No, I don't like that one. Let's try something different. I made some of these flowers here. I don't know. What do you think? Let me just check to put it right here. Put that big old flower right there. I don't think I like it. That's a little bit too big. I don't think they look just right. Maybe a sticker might do. Or I could just stick with the eggs. Put them up there. These I have to color in. I didn't color those in. I'm not sure. Or maybe I'll put one of these over here, the sticker. I'm trying to think of which one I could choose. They're all so cute. I wonder if this would do. This little guy just right up there. Oh, he looks so cute right there. Don't you think so? There's a little flower right there. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure on this. Here's another sticker that we have. Well, no, I don't want to use that. Maybe the little bunny. There's a little bunny. And then I'll just use an egg like that. Or like this and like that. Yeah, that looks good, like that. I haven't glued it down so it's not sticking. But I think what I'm gonna do right now is I'm thinking I'll put let's get one of these glue dots. I'm gonna use my Cricut little thing here, because it's just handy. I'm going to take one of these glue dots off. They're very sticky. There's a technique that you use with these, but I don't know what it is. I'm just going to put it on here for right now. And I don't want to cover the jelly bean. There we go. So, there you go. Well, we could still put this flower here. Let's see. Yeah, that looks, yeah, I like that. I like that. I like it that way. I don't know if you noticed, but in the meantime, I did color these yellow. And I'll color that yellow afterwards, but isn't that cute? Don't you think that's really cute looking? It turned out really nice. I like that. And it stands up like this. Just like this other one right here. I just took that out of there. Yeah, let's see. So there you go. Isn't that cute? They turned out really cute. I really like how these look. It's kind of hard for the camera to see because they're supposed to stand up, and if I stand them up, then you're not going to be able to see them, right? So, I mean, that's how they are when they stand up, but then you can't see them very well. All right, y'all. Well, that concludes this particular tutorial on how to do these. So these would be good for a place setting or for you to put in a basket for the kids, even for Sunday school. All right, y'all. Thank you for stopping by today. I know there's other places that you can stop by, and I so thank you that you stopped into Mima's place today. I hope you will subscribe and share this video. I hope you'll like it too. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for giving me your time. And Jesus loves you. I love you.